Okay, so yesterday sucked. All right, I'm not gonna hide from it. It was absolutely atrociously god awful. It was our worst day of the year with our MLB best bets. Today, okay, we're getting everything back. All right, on top of the 5 best bets I have for today, we've got bonus bets as well. Okay, so I'll give them to you right now. On top of what we're already playing, we're playing Pirates money line at -145 because we got baseball all day long today. So I'm taking Pirates money line at -145. Yes, I think it's playable with Bailey Falter against Cal Quantrill. We're playing Seattle Mariners money line in Arizona. They got to win a game eventually, and Brian Woo's going against Eduardo Rodriguez. I'm going A's money line in Anaheim. They got to win one eventually as well. I know the Angels have owned them this season. No, I'm going Athletics. We are going, I'm blanking. Off the top of my head. Yes, we're going Tampa Bay Rays money line on the road in Boston against the Red Sox, and we are also going Indiana Pacers money line in Game 3 of the NBA Finals, okay? So those are 5 bonus bets. We are getting everything back today, and I mean everything. Let's go to the WNBA real quick and get a best bet too, all right? We are making sure we are getting back the coin today. I'm not betting on the WNBA. Okay, folks, before we get into the video, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB best bets here on the channel. Go make sure to check out our NBA best bets, obviously, with game number 3 of the NBA Finals. I may have already given that away, but go check out the video. Good reasoning in there. That is linked in the description down below. Go check out Greedo Plays MMA, UFC Fight Night Atlanta predictions, and the Clash of the Caribbean predictions from the PFL as well. Okay, go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA. We're like 150 subs away from 1,000. Let's make that happen. Okay, let's get on to the first of our 5 best bets today for the MLB. We're going to kick things off with the Chicago Cubs money line. Yes, we have played a money line in the Cubs versus Phillies series in every single game so far, and yes, I'm doing it again. I'm fading Jesus Luzardo. I don't know why the Phillies are favored. I get it. It's probably because Ben Brown is pitching, but I'll tell you why. I really like Chicago in this matchup. But yeah, the first 2 games split. Obviously, the Phillies win the first one in extra innings over Chicago. Chicago wins yesterday 8-4. Ian Happ had 2 home runs, and Philly was up in points in that game, right? But Chicago pulled away. And right now, guys, the Cubs are playing like the better baseball team, all right? Philadelphia has been ice cold. They win the first game with the Brandon Marsh walk-off single, I guess, and then losing yesterday. The main reason, though, we are fading the Philadelphia Phillies is 2. Their offense is really stagnant right now. It's horrible. The main reason, though, is Jesus Luzardo is pitching for Philadelphia. There is going to come a time where Jesus Luzardo will turn it around. I completely understand. But guys, listen to his last 2 starts he has pitched in. May the 31st against the Milwaukee Brewers, 3 1/3 innings, 12 hits, 12 runs. That's atrocious. Next start in Canada against the Blue Jays, 2 1/3, 9 hits, 8 runs. Yeah, that's all I need to see. And you're putting this guy up against the best lineup in baseball right now? Nah, GG's, it's over. I'm taking Chicago here. On top of that, you may look at the starting pitching matchup today and say, oh, Ben Brown's pitching for Chicago. His ERA is 5.37. It is, but look at his last 2 starts. May the 31st against the Reds, he goes 6 shutout innings of baseball, 9 strikeouts, 1 hit. Next start in Detroit, the Cubs lose the game, but it's not Ben Brown's fault. He goes 7 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 7 Ks. The guy has been phenomenal recently. He's dealt with his struggles throughout the season, but I really think he's locked in now, and his last 2 starts show that. Again, we know how tough Detroit is to deal with at times. I get it. Cincinnati's not a great lineup, but Ben Brown's looked much better in his last 2. This is a guy who's trending upwards. Jesus Luzardo is trending downwards. On top of that, you look at the lineups on both sides. I mean, it's fairly obvious, right? Chicago right now is the way better hitting team. We've mentioned it before. I will mention it again. The Philadelphia Phillies, it's just they need Bryce Harper in the lineup. Because when Bryce is in the lineup, there's always a guy that you can look to. And I understand Harper has struggled some of the season, but ultimately, Bryce Harper, the average is back up to 265 now. There's always a guy to look forward to in the Philadelphia lineup. It's, okay, 2 more hitters than Harper, right? We just got to get to Bryce back in the lineup. And obviously, with Turner, with Kyle Schwarber, with Castellanos, right? There is protection around Bryce in the lineup as well. And Bryce honestly gives the other guys protection as well. When Harper's not in the lineup, it's so much more difficult. And obviously, this losing streak and these losing ways kind of can be attributed to the fact that Kyle Schwarber hasn't been playing all that well. His average is down to 245, struck out 3 times yesterday, and the Phillies aren't hitting as many home runs. Like Max Kepler went yard yesterday to give them a 2-1 lead, but this team isn't hitting for much power right now. Their pitching really isn't the problem. Nick Abel yesterday, not his best start, obviously. He was much better in his prior 2 starts against Toronto and Pittsburgh, but not a bad start. 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs. Actually, that's pretty bad. But still, Philadelphia, Colin Rie was on the mound, you know? They should have been better, and they could not score. I think Ben Brown, again, I think Brown's going to give up runs, right? That's probably a given, but at the same time, I don't think Luzardo's good right now. Well, we've seen it. Luzardo, there's something wrong, okay? I'll be damned if he figures it out against the best lineup in baseball. That's the easiest way I'm going to put this game, right? I just don't think Luzardo is going to be able to execute against this Cubs team the way the Cubs have been swinging the bats, right? We look at this lineup, right? Ian Happ with the 2 home runs yesterday. Kyle Tucker is hitting like an elite hitter in all the sport. Seiya Suzuki, we know that the damage that guy can do. PCA went 0 for 5 yesterday, was a big factor in the game on Monday, but we know what Crow Armstrong brings to the lineup. This is an all-around really great lineup for Chicago. 13 hits yesterday, and they've just been putting the bat on the ball better than Philadelphia has. And on top of that, right, Luzardo has been the worst starter in baseball his last 2 starts. I'm siding with the Chicago Cubs in this matchup. I did have the Phillies in the first 2 games of the series, but now I'm going with the Cubs. So it's going to be Chicago to win on the road in Philadelphia, and we get them at plus money, which I just don't understand. I guess the books are expecting Luzardo to bounce back. I don't care. I'm taking Chicago plus 105 here on the road at the bank. I think they get it done, and I will not consistently pick the Phillies again until Bryce Harper's back in the lineup. Because again, when Bryce is back, it gives this team confidence. Right now, no confidence whatsoever. Give me Chicago to go on the road in Philadelphia and beat the Phils. Let's go on to our second best bet of the video. We move now to our daily near fee of the day. Let's go to the Battle of Ohio. In Cleveland, Ohio, it is the Cincinnati Reds and the Cleveland Guardians. Quick disclaimer, I had a lot of trouble picking a nerf fee today. I'm not going to lie to you. There weren't many that I liked. So I'm going to side with the game that we saw yesterday, finished with a 1-0 final score in favor of the Cincinnati Reds. This is a baseball team that's now won 5 consecutive games. Andrew Abbott pitched a complete game shutout, only gave up 3 hits against Cleveland yesterday on the road. I think we're due for another low-scoring game today. At the very least, I just need a low-scoring first inning. Pitching matchup tonight, going for the Reds, is Nick Lodolo, the lefty out of Laverne, California, 3.21 ERA on the season. He's had some really good starts throughout the course of the year. And Logan Allen is pitching for Cleveland. Ultimately, I think the harder, the more difficult task comes with Cleveland starter and Allen, who we've seen at the bullpen at times this season, although he makes the start today. And obviously, but on the flip side, though, I think it is positive to say, okay, I think the tougher lineup to manage with, I always think is going to be Cleveland, right? Especially the top of the lineup. We've talked a lot about Cleveland Guardians baseball throughout the season, and I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. This lineup's not impressive, right? They're not impressive 1 through 9. Where they're really impressive, though, is with their 2 best hitters, obviously, regardless of if they're hitting in the 1-2, the 2-3, or the 1-3. It's Steven Kwan and Jose Ramirez. 2 of the best hitters in the sport. 2 guys who are likely on their way back to the All-Star game this season. I know J-Ram's going to be there, who quietly should be the second best player, or should be the number 2 guy in the American League MVP race right now. And I'd assume Steven Kwan's going to make the game, but he's batting .305, which is, it's what Steven Kwan does. I don't know. What power numbers obviously aren't going to be there. Kwan's hit 5 home runs this year. That's surprising. Anyways, Steven Kwan's been held hitless in his last 2 games, and that's a little scary because maybe he does something in the first inning. But no, lefty Kwan Lodolo. I think Lodolo can take him. I think so. I don't know. Again, I've said it before, though. I'm always concerned picking Cleveland nerfies because of the damage Kwan and Ramirez can do, right? 2 of the best hitters in baseball. But you look at the matchup, Lodolo, Kwan, lefty. They were hitting David Fry yesterday in the 2 spot, so we'll see. And then J-Ram, obviously, in the 3. But this Cleveland lineup, beyond those guys and just Kwan and Ramirez, what the hell are they doing? This is just a lineup like Lane Thomas bats 129 this season. I know he's been injured, but man, the Lane train, I was such a fan, and I still am a fan. I have his jersey and everything, but man, Thomas has been struggling. We will see him in the lineup today because Lane kills left-handed pitching, but we only have to deal with Kwan, Fry, potentially, and Ramirez. It's the same lineup they saw yesterday. They're gonna play the same lineup they did yesterday, obviously. And Lane didn't even start with the lefty on the mound and Abbott. That's crazy. I don't watch Cleveland Guardians baseball that much, but the Lane Thomas fall off is insane. This guy was borderline all-star with the Nats. Should have been an all-star in 2022. That's crazy. Wow. Damn, that sucks. Anyways, we saw the Guardians struggle mightily with the left-handed pitcher yesterday. I know Andrew Abbott's been better than Lodolo. The one thing on Abbott's been, though, he hasn't gone deep into games this year. And then yesterday, he obviously pitches a shutout. I think Lodolo is going to be fine here. His last start against the Diamondbacks was a little rough, but that's the D-backs. Start before that against the Cubs on the road on May the 31st. 6 innings, 5 hits, 0 runs. That'll play. I think Lodolo is going to get the outs. I look at Logan Allen. I get a little bit scared with this, but guys, I don't care what anyone says. The Reds lineup does not move me still. I know they're 2 games over now after their big win streak. I wish my baseball team went on a winning streak. But anyways, Logan Allen, he'll have Friedel, Lux, De La Cruz. Friedel's batting 294, Lux is batting 280, Ellie's batting 257. We'll get Friedel lefty. They'll probably bump Lux down tomorrow. I don't know who will be in the 2 spot. Definitely not Matt McClain. Oh, no, they won't. Oh, maybe they'll bet Ellie at the 2 and Tyler Stevenson at the 3, maybe. I doubt Spencer Steer goes that high up the lineup. But anyways, he's gonna get lefty with TJ Friedel. Ellie De La Cruz hits better from the left side of the plate, so you're gonna get a right-handed Ellie. I like Logan Allen in that matchup, and it's just all things considered. I don't know if Gavin Lux is going to be batting the 2 again, or we're going to get like a Tyler Stevenson. I don't care. I think it's a pretty favorable matchup for Logan Allen, and I still remain, persistent on the fact that I don't think the Reds lineup is that good. I just don't think it is. I think their pitching's great, and they will win in spots. I'm not relying on the Reds to do anything with the bats and anything offensively. So I'm going to side with the Nerfy here in this spot with Nick Lodolo and Logan Allen. 2 southpaws going on the mound tonight against 2 teams who struggled mightily yesterday, right? A 1-0 finish in favor of the Cincinnati Reds. It was a Spencer Steer single that ultimately won the game for Cincinnati in the top of the 5th inning. I think we're going to get 6 outs today with Nick Lodolo and Logan Allen. Again, got to get back on the right track with the Nerfies. I say it all the time. But give me, again, the no runs in the first inning with Nick Lodolo and Logan Allen here at Progressive Field over in Cleveland, Ohio. Let's go on now to our third best bet of the video. It is our our daily best player prop. I just combined daily and best. It's Cal Raleigh, big dumper over on total bases. It's 1.5. He's due. Okay, he's more than due. And yes, this was a game that was featured in our extra best bets today when I went over, which I went over in the top of the video. I do think the Mariners are going to win today, right? They moved Brian Woo's start back to today, and Eduardo Rodriguez is the worst pitcher, maybe the worst starting pitcher in all of Major League Baseball. So additionally, that's kind of what prompts me to picking Cal Raleigh here today, because Eduardo Rodriguez isn't good at baseball anymore. He's just not, okay? Unk's 32. He's not even on Unk status yet. But Rodriguez has been god-awful all season long. I know he's a little bit better in that red start that he came back with on June 6th. But this is a guy who's still sporting a 6.7 ERA on the season. He had an ERA of 9.75 in the month of May. He's not good. The Mariners, I know they're god-awful offensively, and Julio Rodriguez, oh my goodness, this team. I shut the game off yesterday after, the 7th inning, but when I turned the game off, Seattle was 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. My final straw was the Gabby Moreno home run that put Arizona up 7-2, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop ruining my night. I'm going to turn the baseball game off, and that's exactly what I did. The Mariners finished the game yesterday 1 for 12, though, with runners in scoring position. When it mattered, they were 0 for 7, 0 for 9. Julio Rodriguez forgets how to play the game of baseball when there's runners on base. I'm so serious, man. Like, I don't know. This team, they better hit Eduardo Rodriguez today. And I think that means if this team's going to start hitting, they need Cal Raleigh to hit as well. Cal Raleigh obviously has been the best catcher in baseball, and it's really not even close. Cal Raleigh leads all of Major League Baseball with home runs with 26. He's batting .264 on this season, OPS over 1,000. Right, Cal Raleigh's been nothing short of amazing. He's been spectacular all season long. Switch hitting catcher, obviously, against a bad pitcher in somewhat of a hitter's-friendly park against a team that also has a miserable and atrocious bullpen in a game in which the Mariners have lost the first 2 of the series. They're kind of in need of one. Yeah, I think Cal Raleigh's going to go crazy here. I expect a Cal Raleigh home run, right? He hit 2 in their loss against the Angels on Saturday. The Mariners are due for one. Cal Raleigh has not played in a game that the Mariners have won since June 1st. Okay? This team needs to get it going offensively. I mean, that's been the story of the Seattle Mariners over the last 5 seasons, and I know it hasn't been as big of a story this year, but I do feel like, again, with Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound, this is a guy who gives up runs galore, right? I know, again, the Reds start wasn't bad, but going to my point earlier, right, I don't like the Reds offensively. I don't think they're that great hitting-wise, right? Look at Rodriguez's last 4 starts prior to that Red start, so we'll go over all of them. April 29th against the New York Mets, 4 innings, 9 hits, 8 runs, 3 home runs. Phillies, 5 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, 1 homer. 10 Ks, interesting. Dodgers start, 2 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 8 runs. Yeah, not great. Giants, 4 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. He hasn't been good. There's nothing to say, Eduardo Rodriguez has shown us this. I mean, maybe it's the strikeout potential, because he did strike out 12 Nationals earlier in the season. Thanks, Nats. I appreciate it. Oh boy, I have something to say about the Nationals later in this video too. I'm just pissed off in general today, okay? We go 0 for yesterday with the best bets, and the Nationals lose in the most disgusting fashion ever. We'll get to that later. Anyways, I think Cal Raleigh mashes on Eduardo Rodriguez. I don't care what side of the plate he's going to be on. Obviously, with Rodriguez being a lefty, it will be right-handed Cal Raleigh today. That's fine. Okay, I expect the Mariners to bitch the Diamondbacks today. Seattle's desperate for a victory. They're at 500 now. This team was leading the American League West for quite a while. They're still only 3 games back of the Houston Astros, and obviously, again, we're 66 games into the regular season. But this team needs to start winning baseball games, and they need to start winning baseball games immediately. And I feel like if this team's going to win, this is why I think the Cal Raleigh prop plus the money line and the extra best bets really works hand in hand. If the Mariners are going to start winning games, they need Cal Raleigh to produce. On top of that, again, ever so slightly, I'll talk about Brian Wu. Brian Wu's pitching, okay? I don't care how good the Arizona Diamondbacks lineup is. Brian Wu should be able to navigate his way through this lineup. So give me Seattle to win on the road in Arizona against the Snakes. But again, the official best bet, not the extra best bet, is Cal Raleigh to go over 1.5 total bases. We're looking for a big dumper bomb, okay? That's what we're looking for today. Doesn't need to get it because we could get it with 2 singles or a double. But I personally am looking for the home run. Obviously, I'm not going to play the home run prop because this is much easier than the home run prop, and that wouldn't be a best bet. So give me Cal Raleigh over 1.5 total bases. The line today is -110 for this. Sign me up for big dumper. Let's go on to our second money line of the day. We go to Camden Yards for the Baltimore Orioles and the Detroit Tigers. Guys, if Vegas has set a trap in this game, we're falling right into it. I don't care. The Baltimore Orioles are not better than the Detroit Tigers. And I get it, it's baseball. Oh, it's 162 games. You got to play the matchups. And that's 100% fair. That's valid. I don't care. I'm taking the Tigers here, okay? Detroit won the first game of this 3-game set yesterday. They won 5-3. Who pitched? It was Gibson, right? Yeah, Gibson Long. He didn't open, obviously, but he pitched 4 2/3 for Detroit. They win the game 5-3. Okay. Yeah, I look at the pitching matchup tonight, and I get why the O's are slight favorites. It's because they got Eflin on the mound, and Casey Mize is going for Detroit. Mize actually has not been good recently. Yeah, he hasn't been really good. His last 2 starts have been bad. Last start was on Thursday in Chicago. That was the day game where it was raining, and it was just a weird, murky environment. Mize goes 4 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. Not a bad start, but it's the White Sox. You got to be better. And then before that, against the Royals in KC, 3 1/3, 8 hits, 3 runs. Mize needs to be better, but I look at the Orioles, and this lineup still doesn't wow me. They won 1 game in Sacramento against the Athletics. Congrats. This lineup's still not good. Jackson Holliday's great. We know that. Adley Rutschman is struggling mightily to hit the baseball. Gunnar Henderson is back. There's that. When Ramon Laureano is arguably your 4th best hitter, though, in the big 2025, you have a problem, okay? So it goes... Who's their best hitter right now? Probably O'Hearn still. It's O'Hearn, Holiday, O'Hearn, Henderson, Holiday, and Laureano. Yeah, you have a problem, okay? You have a problem when Laureano is your 4th best guy. Okay, Casey Mize, I know he hasn't been too reliable recently. He should be able to really dice up this lineup. I firmly believe that. Zach Eflin's going for Baltimore. You can see his last 2 starts have been pretty good. But that's against the Chicago White Sox and the Seattle Mariners. And when the Mariners have those type of games, they are just really bad. They're not going to have one of those type of games today, though, because they're facing Eduardo Rodriguez. Regardless, though, Zach Eflin's last 2 starts against the Mariners, 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs. White Sox, 7 innings, 4 hits, 0 runs. Oh no, it's the White Sox. I don't care. When he faces somewhat competent teams, the Red Sox, he gets lit up. The Washington Nationals, that atrocious baseball team, went in 5 1/3 innings, had 10 hits and 8 runs off of Zach Eflin. We're okay today with the Tigers, okay? We are fine. Detroit's got the better lineup. It's not even close, okay? You know, righty on the bump, so that means we're going to see the assortment of lefts, right? Plus the guys who play every day, Glaber, Torque, right? Baez kind of plays every day now. But we're going to get the lefties in the lineup for Detroit. Obviously, we say it all the time, AJ Hinch baseball means you platoon everybody. And I look at the Baltimore Orioles, and I'm not wowed, okay? Who gives this team production? Henderson, Holiday, O'Hearn. I'm not even going to bring Laureano into that because Laureano's not consistent production. He's been all right, but guys, Ramon Laureano's not going to finish the season batting .266 where he's at right now. That's just not going to happen, okay? He's not playing in Oakland. He doesn't have the steroids anymore. Ramon Laureano's not a reliable hitter in the MLB, okay? And Zach Eflin, for as good as he's been in his last 2 starts, ERA is still 4.47. It does not move me that you had a good start against the Chicago White Sox, who had an all-time miserable hitting series in Baltimore a couple weeks ago, and that you pitched well against the Mariners. And honestly, it wasn't even a great start, okay? You give the Tigers 3 runs against the O's through 6 innings today, I think the Tigers still win the baseball game. Because, right, Mize, His last 2 starts haven't been the best, but I look at the Chicago start and I say, okay, bad environment. It was kind of raining. I'm okay with that. The Royals start wasn't good, but his team won the baseball game. The Tigers win usually when Casey Mize is pitching. They just had a rough outing in the South Side last week. I'm okay with this. Detroit Tigers money line here in Baltimore, Maryland against the Baltimore Orioles. Again, if this is a Vegas trap, I don't care. I'm falling right into it. I legitimately could not care less. -105 for the Detroit Tigers. We are playing the underdog money here for Detroit to win on the road here against the Baltimore Orioles. Okay, on to our Washington Nationals best bet of the video. I gotta get this off my chest. I'll get to the Nationals best bet in a second. I'll show it on the screen. But guys, there are not many things I hate in life more than New York Mets. There really aren't, okay? So I can think of maybe a couple things, a couple people that I hate more than the New York Mets, but not many, okay? I despise the New York Metropolitans. I absolutely hate them. That's what makes it even worse, by the way, that Juan Soto plays on that baseball team. But the Nationals yesterday losing to the Mets, I kid you not, might have been the worst loss since that San Diego series last year where I had to watch Jurickson Profar pretend like he's a 10-time All-Star and walk off my baseball team. Okay? We blow the lead against the Mets because of course we do. Of course, Jeff McNeil with a walk-off hit into right. But the Nationals, they screwed that game up so bad, okay? First off, I gotta watch Juan Soto act like he has his confidence back. He's doing the Soto shuffle now. He bombs one off of Mackenzie Gore, and he pretends like he's somebody in the league again by staring down Gore. It's like, all right, bro. Like, calm down, buddy. You did something once, okay? And then I gotta watch Soto hit a ball into right field that should have been caught by Robert Hassel. Hassel decides, you know what? I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna wait, and then I'm gonna dive for the baseball. Buddy, just run up and catch the ball, okay? I like RH3 a lot, trust me. But my goodness, what are we doing? Okay, top of the 8th. Nationals have runners on first and second. They're up by 2 runs. Runners on first and second. Shout out to Andres Chaparro with the double. First and second, no outs. What do they get for insurance runs? Nothing. We burn another Mackenzie Gore start with an L. I can't do it, man. They might be the worst team in baseball right now. I'm so serious. This is a season-defining loss that they took yesterday. You know why? Because they're gonna lose today. I'm just gonna be honest. They're gonna lose today. And I gotta watch these damn Metropolitans act like they won the damn World Series because you walked off the Washington Nationals. Congrats with your $1 billion payroll. Congrats. Have fun with Juan Soto rolling over to second base for the next 13 seasons. You have fun with that. You have fun with a glorified DH who doesn't have an arm anymore. No, have fun with that. Have fun with that. That'll be great for you. Anyways, now that I got that off my chest, I'm going Jake Irvin over 3.5 strikeouts today. The line's too low. The line's just too low. I refuse to believe Jake Irvin has another bad start. Well, no, I can't say that. I don't think he's going to be great today. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think the Mets are probably going to win this game, right? That's why, for as much as I want to go, Nats plus 1.5 at minus 105 today, I can't do it. I'll take Jake Irvin on the over strikeouts. I think if the Nats are going to win a game in the series, it's probably going to be tomorrow. I know Senga's pitching, but the Nats actually didn't do that badly against Senga the last outing, so I think they could win tomorrow because Soroka's been really good for us. They're not going to win today. For as much as I want them to win, they're not going to. I'm still going to watch because what else am I going to do? But yeah, I don't know. Jake Irvin, last 2 starts have not been good against the Cubs and the D-backs, but Irvin was really good before that. I just don't know, Irvin has his days where he looks great, and some nights he's just god-awful. Line today's 3.5. I saw Mackenzie Gore yesterday strike out 6 Mets. It was 1 strikeout off the player prop, because of course he was. I don't know why he didn't go back in the game in the 7th inning. It was 84 pitches. I get it, we're saving him, but we could have used that extra inning. Really could have. So I didn't have to watch a Jose A. Ferrer inning in the 8th. Yeah, I think Jake goes over the line. I think he'll strike out Juan Soto because Soto is just not good. He's still not good. He's not. He won't strike out Peter Alonso. I think Irvin will find a way to get strikeouts though. His last 2 starts, he hasn't gotten this line. 3 against the Cubs, 0 against the D-backs. But before that start, he was nails, man. 6 strikeouts against the O's, 7 against the Devil Magic worshippers in the San Francisco Giants. I'm going to side with Jake here, who, again, actually isn't having a bad year. Jake Irvin's been very serviceable for us. It's just his fastball velo's still down. He does still leave stuff over the center of the plate with 2 strikes for no reason. Like an 0-2 counts too. It just doesn't make sense to me. But the ERA's 4 this year for Jake Irvin, right? This is going to play. Irvin actually this season, I think, is the best win-loss record out of any Nationals pitcher at 5-2. Again, records for pitchers don't matter, but Jake's actually done a pretty decent job for us. The reason I'm not going Nationals money line is because David Peterson is pitching for New York, and Peterson has actually been really good this season, right? I will give credit to where credit is due. I hate the New York Mets with all my heart, but like Peterson's been really great for them, and the Nats. God, we got to see a lefty tomorrow. Ooh. I mean, the positives from yesterday with CJ Abrams was great, and I wanted to come on today and speak lengths about how CJ Abrams is back because I think he is. But then they lost the game, right? James Wood's going through a slump, which really scares me because it's like, all right, James Wood has been nails for us all season long. He's been phenomenal. And the first time he ever goes on a slump this season, this team just collapses around him. It's not good. You know, I assume Josh Bell's getting sat down today. He's got to. I'm just going to be honest. I love Josh Bell. I've said it before, but Andres Chaparro needs to play. So Chaparro should be the DH today. I'd be surprised if he's not. Do we need to have the discussion about Nathaniel Lowe? I know he had a home run yesterday, but like, I think Lowe's time is limited here at this point. And it's like, I don't know. I'm starting to get the feeling that we lost the Garcia trade. I can't say that. I think Lowe's been decent for us, but it's just like, I don't know. That spot yesterday, man. Runner on third, 1 out in extra innings. Nathaniel Lowe, all you got to do is hit the baseball, and he strikes out on 3 pitches. He stares at a fastball and then swings and misses on 2 splitters back to back. And then, runner on third, 2 outs, and obviously we can't bring that guy in. I don't want to get started on Keeper Ruiz. You don't have the time for that. If Keeper Ruiz goes 0 for again today, actually no, it'll be a random start today, so great. But in the next game, Keeper Ruiz goes 0 for 4. I'll talk about it. I'll just be, I'll be pissed off. Man. Yeah, I'm going Jake Irvin over on strikeouts. I'm not enthused to watch this baseball game. I will, because I've watched every single one in the last 8 seasons, but yeah, Jake Irvin over 3.5 strikeouts. I think he will do it. I just think it's too low. I'm going to be honest with you. The Mets do strike out. They're a good team. I'm not going to deny that. I hate them, but they're a good team. But they're going to strike out. Like Soto's going to strike out, I think. Lindor. I was going to say Brennan Nimmo definitely won't strike out. But I think we're going to get Soto. I think we could even get Alonso maybe. Yeah, guys at the bottom of the lineup too. I mean, there's Luis Torrens is starting, and that's an easy strikeout guy. I think Irvin's going to find a way to get 4 strikeouts. The Nationals will not win, but we can hope, right? So, anyways, folks, thank you all for watching MLB Best Bets here for June 11th. If you haven't yet, though, make sure that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure you leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank you all for watching, and Mamba forever.